It's on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving inside.
Live. Shout out to my new and old school subscribers, my TikTok family. Listen, we're going to listen to some women try to figure out and, give us their babble, about why men aren't approaching or dating anymore. With no further ado, let's get right into it.
I want to have a real conversation about being fat, plus size, thick, curvy, whatever you want to call it, and not being approached by men.
And you need to start taking initiative.
And I make myself approachable, but they aren't coming.
Why would a man waste his time approaching women just to get played in the end?
If you lost a great man, that's on you.
Ladies, if you want to meet successful single men, in other words, the most eligible bachelors around, I'm going to tell you exactly where these guys hang out.
Are men okay? Are you guys okay?
Good men do finish last.
There is no rewards for being a good guy. You've been lied to all this time. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel. That's the only contribution we asked of you. Your support helps us reach a wider audience. Thank you.
Why American men are so different. In Colombia, I dated an Italian, a Canadian, a Spain guy, a guy from Canary Island, I don't even know how to say that in English, a British guy, an Argentinian, of course Colombian, but guess what?
Listen to her. Like, she's running through all these different guys, man. Listen, that's 5+. You're already in leftover category at this point. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at American men because we can peep game.
I ever dated an American. Now I'm here in the United States and what can I tell you? I've been in the United States for 2 years and I'm not lying to you when I tell you that no one wants to take you seriously. Not only that, some men, they just want to be treated like a woman. It's so hard to find someone valuable, someone who wants to open.
To me, it looks like she's reading something, but I'm just going to, let it play.
In their heart and build like real deep connections. That's almost impossible here. And it's so sad because at this point, I think I'm absolutely never having a boyfriend here. And this really makes me want to understand and like study, maybe do my research about why men here are so different. I'm even about to think that it's me, that I am having a problem, but I need answers.
This is what the women in the comments had to say about this. You are absolutely correct. I've dated a couple guys in America, and they were horrible. My first great relationship was with a guy who grew up in Europe. It's not you, it's definitely them. Women in America understand what you are saying.
Listen, gentlemen, and a few ladies that watch me, they get online and they just start spilling a bunch of toxic rhetoric and then wait for women to jump in. Hurt, battered, traumatized, leftover type of women that's looking to trauma bond with anyone that'll bash men. Anyone. Okay? This is what we're dealing with. Get your passports. Let's go.
Yes, girl, I never met any other men sassier than American. Just when will these women take accountability for the men that they pick to date? They're all competing for the same types of man. And once they're hurt, they're so quick to say all men are trash and horrible. Honestly, this woman is for the streets. She's been around the world and dated different types of guys from different countries and still can't keep a guy. This usually happens when women are too picky about the guy they're dating. If all the guys she dated wasn't enough for her, then she's the problem. She's a walking red flag that's been around the world and still couldn't keep a man. She claims those men were great. Well, if those men were so great, why aren't you married?
Women, listen to me. They don't fucking do that. Is this your first time talking to women? Goddamn.
You want to know why men don't open up to women more?
Because when they do, we take what they said and weaponize it 6 months from now when we're in an argument. And once you do that, you can guarantee that will be the last and final time he ever tells you anything again.
I agree.
Why do women keep using this word that men are intimidated? I don't know a single man that says they're intimidated because a woman owns a home.
Social media has ruined relationships not just because of cheating, but because
That's a coping mechanism. To say a grown man is intimidated by a woman. And they're also trying to take a jab at your manhood a little bit. You know, try to see how you're going to react. Stay stoic.
Average male cannot compete with the amount of attention that women are receiving online. There's posts like this.
Ooh, thirst trap. Thirst trapping.
And these posts have over 1 million likes and thousands of comments where women...
Shout out to this young lady and her husband. She has a great channel on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I follow her. You should too. Let's go.
Women are getting their self-worth and their value from random strangers on the internet. And you think that the average male is going to be able to compete with any of that. They're not. You will never be able to compete with the amount of attention that she's getting from social media. And that's why a lot of women refuse to give up their social media or stop posting thirst traps the minute that they're in a relationship. Why? Because they know that you as a man cannot fill that void. But also it's made the average woman look like a 7 or an 8 when they're a 2 or a 3 or a 4. I have never seen a single person that I've seen online walking around in real life. Why? Because they don't look like that. So that's the other thing. Their ego goes way up here when really they need to be humbled. Okay, bye.
We are past giving up or trying. We have moved on to the point of ignoring. We stopped trying because we were tired of being lied to, cheated on, manipulated and used. Social media has ruined more than just relationships. I think it's mostly because women are looking for that super rich billionaire that looks like Brad Pitt, and we just can't compete with that. I gave up a few years ago. I just work on my business, travel, and I'm learning to love myself.
And that's it, brothers. You know, it's not that serious. Focus on yourself. Get your self-love game on. You know, get in shape. Do what you have to do, because eventually you'll attract the right kind of women. A lot of women around you are used to seeing the old you, won't let it go, and you're kind of around a bunch of haters right now. So just focus on you, man. It's not that serious. You know, modern dating is done, and we just have to wait for, you know, the women that are about something to kind of step forward. So, you know, or go overseas, get your passport.
Of your content. Like I said before, attention is like a drug to these modern women. If you men just stopped interacting with their post or Instagram accounts, they would lose their minds. They wouldn't know what to do anymore because all of the attention is gone. Social media.
And this guy's right about that. But the problem is you can't stop pandering dudes and beta dudes from simping. So women will feed off the attention they get from those losers, but they'll never date them. So do you see what I'm saying? Like women can feed off of anything that strokes their ego. It can be from the, I can't say that, I don't want to get flagged. It can be from any group of people, rainbow haired people. It can be from, you know, dudes that like dudes. It don't matter. As long as they're putting a woman on and saying something positive, they'll feed off of it, right? And then they'll take that ego built from random people compliments and apply it to themselves, and then, you know, try to approach men or move towards men they like with the ego built from random people that they would never even date. So you can't humble them. You know, whenever you do tell them about themselves, they're going to go back to their source to get whatever they're feeding off of on social media to hype their ego back up, and then go to their DMs full of pandering dudes that they never date, but they feed off of. And then once their ego and self-esteem is back at it, they're back at some other dude saying something crazy. You can't, there's no humbling. They're going to always be super egotistical, man. It's the way it is. It's just the way it is, man. So get your passport. That's what it is. Get your passport.
Has definitely killed relationships in so many ways. And every day more and more men are checking out of dating.
Okay, I want to have a real conversation about being fat, plus size, thick, curvy, whatever you want to call it, and not being approached by men. When I was younger, I understood that it was like, guys cared what their friends would think, and so they would be a little bit too scared to talk to you. But I'm grown, and I date people who are also grown or should be grown. So,
what does that mean?
What's going on?
What you talking about? What does that mean? What does that mean? She's dating people that are grown and should be grown. If their preference is not a butterball, then that's what it is. What are you talking about? So you deserve a man because you think you look good? Pin a rose on your nose. You ain't getting shit else. No. You don't get a man because you think you look good. You're overweight. How many times we have to tell y'all we don't want overweight? I don't care what social media says. I don't care about whatever positivity movement that they're trying to push agenda on me. What did I tell you? Huh? What did I tell you? Get your butt in the gym or go walk or go do something. I'm doing something every way I can to motivate you. If you don't want to get motivated and you want to force your size on me, then you can go, piss in the wind, because it's not about shaming your size. Longevity. You're about to be getting all kind of diseases at that size. You're going to be having all kind of health conditions. You're not going to last long enough. Your life expectancy is supposed to be longer than mine. I don't want my lady passing away before me because of the way she eats. But you can't see that because you're just so mad that you can't get what you want, being the way that you are, without having to improve on anything. Whatever. Let's keep it going.
I just can't imagine a grown man saying to another grown man, you like her? She's fat.
I would.
And if your friend ever did that to you, I feel like you should think he's weird.
I don't care what you think. Hey, look. Depending on the situation, every woman's going to think something. You know what I mean? If this was a woman that was extremely skinny, she would be applying it to her situation to make it work that way. Doesn't matter. You don't want to accept reality. Lose weight. Okay? His boy's supposed to shame him for being with a woman that he's obviously being with on his down leg. Like, hey, man, pick yourself back up. You take care of yourself. Find a woman that does the same. Okay? Stop with this, man. Nah, what would your boy do? Hey, he's supposed to be looking out for him. He's looking out for him. Hey, man, pick yourself up. What are you doing? All right, that was cute for a little while. Now get yourself together and find you a woman you want to be with.
That's really weird. Are you not embarrassed? Why do you care about what the next man thinks is attractive? Because let's be for real, I don't have a scarcity of people in my DMs. I don't have a scarcity of guys trying to talk to me privately. Obviously, I know that as a bigger girl, people are always going to sexualize us before they humanize us. So that's not really new to me. It's more so like...
No, baby girl. We talking about those loose hairs, them baby hairs. What's up? Why they're not glued down? Baby girl, what's going on with that wig? So listen, we have a few more things to talk about than just the body positivity angle, because you looking like a whole mess. And even with a filter on, and I'm not a wig expert at all, I can see that a mile away. Let's keep it going.
I don't know. I find that in my city, I'm from Atlanta. In my city, it's the worst. I go to New York often because my family lives there, and I don't know, it's just night and day. The guys in Atlanta do not treat me like a human, and I really do mean that. And another thing, this hair is isn't it giving? Anyways, another thing.
Look at that.
What is with the way y'all rudely curve us? We don't have to be interested in y'all. If I'm out with a friend and a guy wants to talk to one of my friends, I don't give a damn. But why do you have to like, oh no, you big fat bitch. I'm not talking to you. I don't know. Something's not adding up because y'all love your big fat refrigerator built mamas, but
Men.
So we want to date our mama now? How do y'all just do that? How do y'all be like your mama black? And then when it's like, oh, but we don't want to be with Big Mama. But your mama big and right. What are you? Get your passport, man. Get your passport. Their whole job is to find ways to get under your skin. They think that's their job. This is when they talk about, like in the Bible and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be taking any instructions from a woman. And when other men, older men, are talking about nothing worse than a bitter woman, like when they start getting bitter and going down that bitter route, man, it is just full steam ahead, and they will say anything. It won't make no sense. They don't care. It won't make grown women, won't make no sense. They will say anything. Let's keep it trucking, man.
Invest in women who invest in themselves. Your friend probably goes to the gym to make herself look more presentable to grab those men attention. If men aren't approaching you, it's because you don't invest in yourself enough. Instead of complaining, how about asking your friend about what she does to get the attention she's getting from those men? And why is it easier to spend $10 on food every day than it is to spend $10 a month on a gym membership?
Ooh.
I just don't understand it.
Ooh,
Absolutely not.
She 1,000% signed a prenup. I wouldn't have married her if she didn't.
No, I didn't.
And it's not because I don't trust her, but because I'm not stupid either. Hey. Like, this is what I believe.
No.
She's entitled to half of everything of mine that we accrued during our marriage, and everything that she owned before our marriage. Everything I had before the marriage is mine.
No.
And just like my retirement is mine.
No.
So,
no.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
No,
So, yeah,
I didn't sign anything.
You signed it right before we signed our marriage
no,
license.
I did not.
It's not my fault you don't read stuff, but you did.
I didn't sign any prenup. I didn't.
Absolutely did.
No, I didn't.
1,000% you did.
No, I didn't. I would have never done that. Like, I would have.
But you did it.
Dumb.
Then
like,
why did you do it? Riddle me that.
I didn't sign anything. And if there's a prenup, it's because you forged my signature, because I never, ever, 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 ever would have signed a prenup under any circumstances.
There's a prenup on file, so you might want to look into that.
Why?
I just explained.
Do you not trust me?
Do you not trust me? So here's the thing. You don't have to worry if we don't get divorced.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't seem like an issue.
Okay, so why are we talking about it? Like,
because
I just don't.
This dude asked, or he said
we don't
something.
ever have to talk about that because there's no prenup. There doesn't need to be.
And I advise everyone that gets married to do a prenup. Just
no,
things happen.
Don't get married.
No, it doesn't work like that. Not in my world.
Don't get married.
I guess you'll find out if we get divorced, right?
We're not getting divorced.
Don't get married.
We don't have to worry. But yes,
don't get married.
And get a fucking prenup if you get married.
Don't get married.
I don't even know her, and I don't trust her by the way she's talking. Hope you got a prenup signed. She want your house and money. 100%. Why is she so against a prenup? Her reaction is proof you can't trust her. Good call on the prenup. I 100% agree. I think a prenup should be done, so both husband and wife, if get divorced, keep what was there before marriage and half of everything during marriage. She's just going to contest the prenup and say you made her sign it. She'll get it thrown out and take half your stuff.
That's what I'm saying. These prenups, man, they get them thrown out. They contest them. Like, that's another part of the system to make you want to get married. Like, oh, I don't hear too many about, too many cases where the prenup comes through the exact way that the guys want it to. I just don't. So I just, for your safety, seeing as how there's no benefit for a man to get married. The women are giving the coochie away for free, right? The institution of marriage doesn't benefit you in any kind of way other than showing other people that might be business partners or future friends that you have a stable nuclear family structure, but you can be a single man and still move in certain rooms. Maybe not in the married people rooms, but certain rooms. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's a lose-lose.
I'd file for divorce immediately after this. It's TikTok, and this can be satire for all I know. But nonetheless, this woman is a red flag. Any woman who's so against signing
satire.
A prenup did not marry you for you. She married you because of what you have. Prenups are regularly thrown out. The court system is mostly against men when it comes down to it. The best way to go about it is to avoid marriage, or find a traditional woman that you can marry. Modern women are not where you want to go.
I go out and I make myself approachable, but they aren't coming. I get this a lot. A lot of us are not going out and co-creating the experiences that we want. We want to go out and get approached, but we're not going out and smiling and waving. We're like straightforward. This is how we walking. Head to the front. We don't engage with the world around us. I went outside, spent hours. Versus, oh, what inspired you to come out tonight? I don't know you, but you look pretty happy. I like talking to happy people. Simple invitations to connect. The easiest way is to really smile and wave in eye contact. I get approached so much. Eye contact, smiling and waving. And we're not.
I want to approach her right now. What are you talking about? She has this sunny disposition and her eyes are bright. Yes, that's all it takes. And her demeanor's right? It just, you know, absolutely. Starting a conversation with me like that, man, I'll be blushing. Come on now.
Doing it to get men. We're doing it to create more love in the world. So many of us are so focused on what we got going on in our brain, the goals we want to meet. And we don't really care about the world, for real. We're just like, what? Who gonna do something for me today? Who gonna approach me today? That's how we look at the world. Versus like, all right, what am I gonna create as a woman? What am I gonna create for my feminine image as a woman, right?
What I mean by this is you have to be the decision maker. As much as the modern world is telling her to be this empowered girl boss, at the end of the day, she wants to be able to relax in the presence of you. So here are some examples of what this looks like. When you go on dates, you're the one who organizes everything. You give her time and day, you tell her to look beautiful, and you handle everything else. Don't pull that, what do you want to do bullshit. And trust me, any healthy girl will love this. And if there's somewhere she wants to go, she'll tell you, but otherwise you be the proactive one. Equally, if there are issues with transportation, you're the one who has to solve the problem. The Ubers aren't working, don't just stand there and expect her to figure it out. You should be that attractive, proactive guy that she wants to feel safe with. Act accordingly, and if you want more examples of how to do this, let me know in the comments.
If you want one of these dead-eyed, you know what I mean, right here, Future 3, I mean, she already is a 304, you know what I'm saying? I swear it seems like they're reading something whenever they make these videos. You know, their voice is dead. Their eyes are dead. Look, I'm not interested. I don't care what she... Man, stop caring what they think and what they asking for, because you out here doing all whatever she's talking about, and a Giga Chad or a Tyrone like me in the back of the truck, right? Getting that Glock 3000, man. And then sending her on her way. You know what I'm saying? With the Slurpee. I'm not... You can do all this stuff if you want to. You can listen to them tell you what they want you to do. Yeah, that sounds nice. You know what I mean? But their fantasy is always to get smashed somewhere inappropriate, where the guy's taking advantage of her in every way possible, and she's going to love every minute of it. And it's not going to be from one of these wet dreams that they throw your way on one of their TikTok videos trying to go viral. You got to understand, as much as women love cock, they love money more. They're going to get to that bag, because right now talking junk about men is trending. Let's go.
To all men out there, she's only referring to the Chads, Tyrones, not the average guy working 40 hours a week and making an honest living. Have a good day. Gentlemen, do not listen to women on TikTok. They are trying to manipulate you. You left out the most important part. Be at least 6 feet tall and at least an 8 on a 1 to 10 scale. I'm pretty sure the only reason this video is posted is because she goes out frequently and the men she wants aren't approaching. Am I getting hotter? Just be honest and admit that you only want really attractive guys to approach you, and everyone else should not. I get it, it doesn't look good, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. So exactly at what point is it a relationship and not babysitting? You gotta give and take. And that's what these women cannot get through.
And I'm gonna tell you why. When a woman finally meets a good man after being neglected, taken for granted, torn down, you name it, all these bad men, she finally meets a good man. She doesn't understand what she's done to deserve this kind of love. She doesn't know how to receive that love. And when a woman is in that state of mind, she is constantly looking for red flags. And when she finds one, even a small red flag, she will cling to it and mentally check out of the relationship, and the man doesn't even know it. And this is where a good man does what good men do, and they will continue to fight and give grace and time, thinking that she will come around, because he has no idea that she has already mentally checked out of that relationship. And trust me when I say that no good man would willingly choose to stay and fight for a relationship where he is not wanted. Therefore, good men do finish last because they are constantly punished for all of the bad men in a woman's past.
I'm 54. I don't go to bars, not on drugs. Have a good secure job, my own home, and finish last. But now I'm okay with that. You want to be is that last option.
Before you leave the nice good guy, let me paint an honest picture for you. That is going to be the biggest regret of your life. If you have a guy that actually listens to you, loves you, accepts you, and will fight for you, you won. You won. There's nothing else out there. People always want to leave at the first sign of trouble. And especially with social media, I feel like so many people have this grass is greener syndrome. Not thinking you're going to find someone better every time he asks you to fix some small little thing. And if you decide to stay and you don't work on reciprocating his energy, don't be surprised if he gets up and leaves one day. Men can put up with a lot, but only for so long. He needs someone that's going to fight for him and be there at his lowest lows. And if you can't do that with a nice good guy, what makes you think you can do that with anyone?
One's for all the dudes that complain that they just don't want to approach women anymore because they think they're going to be slapped with sexual harassment.
And let's hear it.
Guys, you are making a mountain out of a molehill.
Really? And why is that?
You understand that that is worst possible case scenario.
Yes.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. You don't let nobody tell you what is a mountain and a molehill, especially a woman. She has nothing to lose and everything to gain. When you hear these bobbleheads that don't have more than a couple brain cells to rub together, online, babbling, right? You are to not listen at all. If you want to watch her for whatever skimpy clothing she's going to more than likely be wearing, and her lip gloss, cool. But listening to her and what's coming out of her bobblehead mouth, absolutely not. What does a woman know about a man's struggle? You don't listen to it. And we don't care.
A lot of people's minds often go to the worst case scenario. I wonder, is one going to stop telling women to think of the worst case scenario when they're approached by men? Probably not, right?
And the likelihood of it actually happening is very, very, very slim.
I refer back to my previous question.
What's more likely to happen is that if you approach a woman and she is just not interested for whatever reason, which could be one of many reasons, mind you, she will likely just politely let you down easy.
Likely, yes. But that doesn't change the fact that most people's minds go often to what is the worst case scenario.
And in my professional opinion, that's worth taking the 5 seconds out of your day to go up to the woman that you're interested in.
Who cares what your professional opinion is? You don't even have listen. You don't have the empathy enough to even see it from a man's perspective. You know what I'm saying? If you like a man, you approach him. Okay? Don't worry about what men are doing, and if we're not. Who cares if you think we're intimidated, scared, or who cares? Who cares? Why are y'all always online talking? Y'all be talking too much. And this is the reason why y'all gonna end up single, man, buying a bunch of cats.
And say hello.
Could it be worth it? Yes. Do a lot of guys want to risk the possibility of rejection or worse? No.
Because being all angry, butthurt in the comments, and just swearing off women and dating altogether is not helping you. It's only making your mental health.
How is she going to tell us about our mental health while she's online, all with her mental health messed up, trying to tell us, hey, you need to be worried about this? Look, man, whatever men do that has us step away from dating or going overseas, that is for our mental health. That is for our mental health. Sitting here telling us to stay in a system that's set up to work against men and to make sure you never have money, because who are the biggest consumers? Women. So it's incentivized for men to get with women. Because what happens when a man don't have a woman? He goes straight minimalist every single time, and he starts investing his money into him and his, legacy, right? Whereas women are always having you buy the newest this, the newest that, to keep up with the Johnsons, to keep up with the Youngs, to keep up with, the Will. It's always a bunch of junk. And so when they can't get you to stay in the relationship with them, they screw you over in divorce, because women are the biggest consumers. Whatever money they get, they're going to put it right back into the economy, right? That's what's going to happen. What's happening right now, and the reason why all the men's content is being suppressed and this kind of stuff is, bubbling at the top, is because they control the algorithms. Look, it does them no good to tell men to move to another country or to save their money. It doesn't put money into the economy. That's all they care about is money. So they're going to constantly pump this kind of bubblehead, airheaded woman content so that men are somewhat confused or might think this is a good option, right? When it is the worst option. It benefits you in no kind of way. The only reason why you're doing it is from conditioning and brainwashing. If you think about it, it makes no sense for a man to get married. These are not the women that your mom was, if you had a good mom, or your grandmother. These are modern women. They move like men, act like men from all the semen they've taken in. They want to have their own. They want to be as wealthy as you because they're so traumatized from the horrible men they've picked before in these relationships that didn't work out, to where they feel like they need to always have a level of stability, and they're not going to never let no one take that from them. That is trauma. And they're trying to take that trauma into a new relationship and rebrand it. I'm independent and I got I don't need no. What are you telling a man that you don't need him for if you're trying to go into a relationship? That is ego. Stupid, babbling nonsense. Get your passports, man. Okay? You don't want to be part of this machine where they need your money to keep the economy going, but no one wants to acknowledge men's role in this system we have set up in America. So while they're treating you like you're expendable, when you're the thing that's keeping the machine going, maintaining the machine, and coming up with new innovations for the machine, women are just out here just reaping the rewards and screwing you over and then making it seem like everyone's doing them wrong. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Worse.
What would really be nice to see is for some individuals to really stop downplaying the lived experiences of some men, as well as their fears and their feelings. I think we'd get a lot farther in communication if we would actually just start listening to each other.
The men just have heard it so much from different women saying the exact same thing and just called it quits. And I'm pretty sure the men's mental health is way better now that they aren't stressing over women or dealing with them anymore. The number one thing that a man requires is peace. And peace is not something these modern women are bringing to their table.
I appreciate y'all. Another banger. I'm going to be dropping more of these more often, but that's just the way it is. We're just speaking the truth. We're just telling our side of things. We're not causing any harm. We're not suggesting any deletion of female babies or anything crazy of that nature. We're just putting our point of view out there so that, you know, other men can see they're not alone. And also women that like real men, traditional men, know that we're still available. That's all. Ain't no big deal. Anyway, you guys, if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me for TikTok. For my YouTube subscribers, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, join the tribe, smash that like button, drop a comment, you know what I mean, share the video. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.